Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Friday, the 3rd of October, 2025. So going to the synoptic picture first, you can see midnight last night, this low over the north of Scotland here, beginning to move some of this frontal activity, in particular this cold front here, towards the west of the UK with a warm, bigger part of inclusion leading it through the channel. We've also have this low pressure a little bit further out to the southwest, with its own associated fronts actually amalgamating into that larger cold front that's coming from this top low here. By midday today, you can see that the top low has moved on a little bit, but the one just to the west has moved closer and deepened now at 964 hectopascals. That bringing with it quite strong winds and a fair amount of frontal activity, so we should be seeing the initial cold front going through, as well as a trough and the occlusion and warm fronts behind it. So thoroughly quite unpleasant. Looking into tomorrow and overnight, that low even deeper now at 944. Very, very strong winds in the north of the UK with the remnants of a storm and a large cold front over our area. Into tomorrow, nothing particularly frontal locally to us, but expecting quite strong winds. So we'll see how we get on. Looking ahead into Sunday, slightly better weather, more pleasant, hopefully, and into next week, hopefully getting some reasonable flying. This morning, the sat pit, you can see just solid, thick cloud over the almost the entire of the UK. Certainly in our area, no discernible gaps. Slightly thinner in the channel in places, but we can expect it to be completely clouded over today. Looking at the rain radar as well, it's quite an unpleasant picture. We've actually seen the worst of the rain go through already this morning. Got a bit of a gap, but there's a possibility that this stuff over Ireland will come and meet us, and that's quite a significant area of precipitation. Just checking that on the Met Office rain prediction, we'll run that through. You can see that large area of rain actually moving quite quickly in from the west, as well as some stuff coming up off the channel there. And we should see more of that rain by around lunchtime and then into the mid and late afternoon as well. So Odium got a TAF that they have an observation for this morning. They were giving 180 degrees, 13 knots of wind, visibility 2,500 meters, drizzle, a few clouds at 400 feet, overcast at 500 feet. So really not very pleasant at all. Farnborough, on the other hand, they do have a TAF this morning, showing 190 degrees, 10 knots for the wind, visibility greater than 10 kilometers, scattered 2,000 feet. Between the hours of 7 and 3, 6,000 meter viz with drizzle, broken at 600 feet, and a possibility of this morning until about 2 o'clock, 3,000 meter viz with drizzle, mist, and broken cloud at 300 feet. Possibly gusting up towards 25 knots as well, and the best we're seeing is around broken at 800 feet, so really quite unpleasant. Upper winds, southwesterly, about 30 knots to the south of us, and anywhere between 30 or 25 and 40 knots to the north of us, so fairly breezy as well. And on the ground, looking here with windy, showing a stiff southwesterly flow across the airfield. Strength-wise, looking at the local Met Office forecast, around 15 knots later on today, gusting up towards 30, and actually in excess of 30 this evening. And we've got a fair amount of poor weather shown there on the pictorial forecast. Temperature supposedly up to 17, but I don't think we'll reach that with a dew point of 16. There is the view on the south side webcam looking west, very unpleasant, poor visibility, and still quite blustery. And we've reached 15.1 degrees, supposedly with a dew point of 13.1. Here's sky sight there, obviously no cross-country potential on the left-hand side, and they're also agreeing rain throughout today with minimal gap. Certainly nothing that would allow us to do anything useful. And just looking at what the cloud's doing, we've got this uh, cloud below 500 feet at the moment, indicated by the orange on the chart. We'll just run that through hour by hour. That was starting at 9 o'clock. It does begin to break up a bit more AutoQ to the north, but actually we probably won't see any increasing cloud base really until late afternoon, early evening. No TAMS, not that it's particularly relevant today, but for the next couple of days, it's going to be a hot air balloon event taking place at Popham until the 5th of October. So today, tomorrow, and possibly in the morning on Sunday. It's a fairly significant area. That's hot air balloons out of Popham. Guided bookings, we've got two K21s on 5-day courses, K21 for booked instruction, and then two K13s, one on casual and one on trial lessons. But more importantly today, the simulator is available as normal. So please do make good use of that today. Got nothing to report today at this time with regards to 2XL. And in summary, we have low pressure to the north and west, bringing considerable frontal activity. And with that, low cloud and rain throughout the day and a strong southwesterly flow. Well, if anything, we would operate runway 23, although I think it's highly unlikely that we'll do anything today. And a reminder, of course, instructors, bear in mind, briefing at front of the queue. Another reminder for people that we're now on sort of day 3 or 4 of the sailplane flight crew licensing rules applying. So I'll be around all day to answer any questions people have. If you'd like to direct those at me, I'll be happy to sit down and go through it with you. Okay, that would be our airfield setup to finish with the winch to the east and the air towing from the west hand side of runway 23. But as I said, I don't think we'll be doing anything today. I'll see you in the clubhouse fairly shortly and we'll discuss what we can achieve. And let's have a good day. Thank you.